What's going on YouTube? It's none other than Grand Status again, coming to you with another video. This video I'm gonna have 3 topics, and the 3 will be a little bit about hours of service, trip planning, and staying calm and being patient. Really, that's gonna be my 3 things. Not gonna hold you too long. I like for my videos to be straight to the point, okay? So I had to put my little shade up because I hate doing videos and a trucker next to me looking me dead in my face like, what are you talking about? So yeah. Anyway, first I'm gonna give you a little background of why I'm saying all of this. So what's been going on with me, not that you care, but I'm gonna say it anyway because it's my video. I do what I want. So yeah, I've been running hard, been running off of recaps probably like 2 weeks, maybe a little bit more than that. I've probably been driving every single day, yeah, I know that's, goes without saying, if you run off of recaps, you're running every day. So I'm not even gonna get into all of that because I don't need no old head getting over here, yeah, duh. Anyway, so been hitting it really hard. I don't got no problem with that. If the wheels ain't moving, you ain't getting paid, right? And I just need to tell y'all, or I wish to tell y'all, desire to tell y'all what I've been going through leading up until this point. Well, it all started with 2 loads ago. I had a load that I picked up from Port of Wilmington, on a port. Now, sidebar, sorry about that. Sidebar is not only am I a truck driver and got other certifications and degrees and other things, outside of being a truck driver, I'm also a merchant seaman. A couple of years back in 2014, in between trying to find out what I was going to do, I went to merchant seaman school. I got my endorsements, twig badge, the whole package, But unfortunately, the last career that I had before driving trucks called me back first before anyone contacted me to be a merchant seaman. So I went with what the bills was telling me I needed to get paid. So I went along with that, and the rest was history. I never proceeded with doing the merchant seaman because the last career that I had, I really loved it. So I'm saying this to say that I'm saying all of this for a reason, you guys, because with the merchant seaman endorsements, you have your twig badge, and that's something I know. When I found out I was going to be on this account that'll be prominently, primarily going towards Mexico, first thing I did before I left the house was grab my passport because, I didn't know. So I do have my passport with me. However, I left my twig badge at home. That is something that I will never do as long as the good Lord allowed me to breathe good air. Because the crap that I went through without having a twig badge was I really honestly wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. Honestly. The whole process was crazy. Basically, you got to pay, and different ports are different. You got to pay this bogus fee for not having a twig badge, and then you got to sit at the staging area where the truck, where they allow the trucks to be at. Once you get on there and everything is good, you sit around all dang on day, and then they basically have you with an escort. And if it takes more than the typical certain hours, because for different people it's different, but it's basically that set number is for like 2 hours from where I was at that I had to pay. So I had to pay like $100 cash. They don't take any checks, they don't take any debits, cash. Other places may be different. This particular place, cash. So I don't normally go to ports, so I'm just telling you what I went through. So if it would have exceeded 2 hours, then I would have had to pay more money, and that's not cool. I know, being a trucker, you got your good days, you got your bad days, you got your good moments, you got your bad moments. I'm just saying, unexpected moments like that, I didn't have anything in my messages to tell me this. Like I said, I never delivered on ports before, so I would not have known. But that's another reason why I'm making this video, so don't nobody have to go through what I've been through. So if you get your load information and say you're about to go to a port and you know that you don't have a active twig badge, you need to contact your company, do you a COM data or EFS check, and make sure you get some cash on you. Find out all what you need to pay before you actually get there, because you're going to go through heck and high water if you don't. So I'm really saying this so nobody else have to go through it, okay? All right? So I went through all of that, you guys. Got the load. Had to, I mean, it ran out all my time because I was just delivering a load that morning before I got there. I had to drive 3 hours to get there to go through all of that. So I was pretty much wiped out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to personal conveyance, you know, to the nearest truck stop, which I went to a Travel Plaza, which wasn't too bad. At a Starbucks. So that cheered me up. So went to the Travel Plaza, whatever. You guys, while I was, the very next day, left the Travel Plaza, and I don't know about anybody else, I really do my pre-trip, I really do my post-trip. I'm in depth with it. I be seeing trucks on the side of the road, and I just don't want to be those guys or gals. So, yeah, I do what I'm supposed to do. Someone may find that rhetorical and say, that's what you're supposed to do. Some people do not do it. They will do whatever they got to do, and I'm no snitch. Let's just be real. They'll just get up, set their time, make sure the lights work, and pull off. And I'm not that person. I really take my job and as well as my safety, as well as everybody else on the road safety serious, okay? I'm just being honest. I'm not a goody two-shoes. Not a goody two-shoes. I just want to get home safe. And I don't, it's a lot. You know, it's not like when you're in a motor vehicle and you know, do a little ding or something and hit somebody's vehicle by accident. It's a lot when it's with a truck, especially being a company driver. If y'all hear anything in the background, I have a dog, so she's really craving attention. I've already walked her, so immediately following this video, we'll walk her again and play with her again. She's a puppy, so she, you know, I mean, that's what she do. Can't be mad at her. So anyway, so y'all, did my pre-trip and everything. Probably about an hour down the road, I had to go through a lot of construction, a lot of one-lane construction that drift you off to the other side of the, you know, interstate and all that stuff. And this is like 1 or 2 in the morning. All of a sudden, my truck started shaking. So I'm like, you know, I didn't see anything, no sign of any leaks, you know what I'm saying? I use my flashlight if it's at night, doing my pre-trip. I didn't see anything, nothing whatsoever, you guys. I'm not making this up. And, you know, by the grace of God, instead of sitting there saying, oh, you know, and I'm not going to lie, I thought about it. When the shaking started, I was 9 miles away from the nearest Travel Plaza. I thought about it. I say, maybe I should try to make it. Then I was like, you know what? Better safe than sorry. Start getting over right now. If that inclination would have never went across my head of let's get over right now, I'm being honest. I'm not being woe is me. I'm not playing the victim card. Because when I tell y'all exactly what happened, then you will understand what I'm saying. I don't know if you ever been down on your luck when you was in your personal vehicle and you may have ran out of gas, and you know how you run out of gas with your personal vehicle, how everything just lock up and it's hard for you to steer to pull over. Now, I wasn't out of fuel. I had no fuel leak. If anybody else, you know, for those, you know, people that can't wait, oh, you don't ran out of, no, it wasn't fuel. As I'm getting over, the whole entire truck shuts down. By this time, you guys, I was already driving with my hazards. I was already was already drifting over to let the drivers know behind me that I was getting over. So I ain't had nobody on my ass, you know? So I'm getting over, and I was already drifting over when it cut off. And I had to basically use all my forearm, all my hater blocker muscle to steer that truck safely and straight to the shoulder of the road, to the road. And you guys, it was not easy. I was nervous. Like I said, that never happened to me. The reason why I was nervous, because I'm like, what if somebody hit me? If I can't get this vehicle all the way out of the road and it's completely off? You know, it's one thing pulling to the shoulder of the road for an emergency, something happens, and the vehicle is on. Without any momentum to push a whole loaded trailer, that's some pretty scary shit. I don't care what nobody say, but luckily, by his mercy and his grace, I was able to get over and pop my brakes. I'm talking about nice over, completely not in the highway. I was just sitting there, you know, longer than 3 minutes. By this time, I've already contacted my company, whatever, and I'm just waiting on somebody to come help me out. I wasn't there 3 minutes. Some roadside person, and not the person that my company called. Just the, you know, like, I guess in the state of Indiana, they just don't allow people to just be sitting on the highway. It was some road person, made sure I got my triangles out. I was already in the midst of doing that, but I was taking my time because it was some people that didn't quite see me, and they kept riding so close to me, which brings me up to another thing. When y'all see somebody pulled over, if you can safely do so, please get over. Please get over. They tell us that we're supposed to be looking 12 to 15 seconds up the road anyway, which at night is not a lot of traffic, so I don't know why some people just was continuing to ride really, really close by me. No one was to their left, and it's really, really dangerous. For y'all that done broke down before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's really, really dangerous. So y'all, please don't try to wait till the last minute because you don't want to get over, which I can never understand. If it's safe to do so, just slow down. But if you can't get over, like they say, just slow down. Throw your hazards on so the person behind you know that you're slowing down. And just slow down because, you know, people are out here just trying to be safe, you guys. And it was some people, I'm talking about y'all, it's 2 in the morning, people were just flying past me like it wasn't nothing. So long story short with that, the vehicle cut off because when I went underneath, you know, waiting on the guy to come fix it, when I went underneath, I seen that it was a clamp. It was a clamp on some hose to everything with that connect to the coolant reservoir, if you will. And it was a clamp underneath the truck, you know, making sure everything stayed together, that came off, like literally popped off. But yet it was still on it. You know, even when I pulled over, it was still on it. You know, even when I looked underneath the truck, it was still on it. It was just leaking so much doggone coolant. I'm talking about, it's a whole trail from when, you know, when the light came up, and, you know, because I was out there for some time. And when the light came up, I seen a whole trail of all my coolant leaking. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, problem was fixed. Everything was cool. By the grace of God, you know, mechanic came out, fixed the issue. I was good, back on the road. But subsequently, that had me unable to get to where I was delivering on time. But the place that I was delivering had a window up to 3 o'clock. I got there a little before 3. I got there, you guys, and guess what? I walked up, I'm talking about gate guard let me in, and I had to go to Chicago. So, gate guard let me in, go in there, you guys, and, you know, some forklift workers, they was even telling me where to go sign in. Go down there to go sign in. Guess what the lady said? We're done for the day. I'm sorry. No, we're done for the day. I'm sorry. We're done. They was done for the day. I went through all of that morning and all of that, and they were done for the day. I said, you know what? I know the good Lord won't put more on me that I cannot bear. So, okay, you done for the day? You done? I find some way. See, you done? No problem. I find some way. Do a 10-hour break. I'll be back. So, luckily for me, I found some rinky-dink truck stop called Thornton's. I was getting close. Thornton's. And it was like in the heart of, you know, Chicago. And I found one spot. And I pulled in straight, did the serpentine, pulled back up. Y'all, it was a good spot. Good spot. Sat there, whatever, la-la-la. Next day, went back. Got unloaded, whatever. Took me forever. Left there probably like 6 a.m. But I was there because they had opened up back at 4. Left out of there about 6 a.m. Now I'm in the process of them trying to route me home because I'm supposed to be on home time on the 16th. Today's the 13th, by the way, again. So all is something, but you know, of course, if you got you a good DM and all of that, not even about you having a good DM, you know, everybody's doing what they have to do, the planners and all of that, and they keeping the game rolling. Go sit down, Chi-Chi, please. Everybody keeping the thing rolling. I already had a preloaded load. So soon as I was done with that, I got the information where I need to go to pick up another load, which was 3 hours away in Decatur, Illinois. So I said, okay. But I seen that I had some time in between because, like I said, if I left there at 6, it'd take me 3 hours to get to where I was going to pick up a load. Well, I knew in between that I had to reserve time to get my trailer washed. Because, yeah, I do that too. I make sure my trailer be washed. So I left there and caught a little bit of traffic. But I said, you know what? I don't know what may go on for the rest of the day. Since I have a little time, let me stop, use the restroom, take a shower, re-up. I was going to do that later on, you know, that night anyway. So I said, hey, might as well get it done in the middle of the day. Time is of the essence, right? Y'all, I get that done, whatever, grab me something good to eat, some fruit, some water, hit on the road. By the time I got back to the truck, you know, for me taking a shower and everything had changed. I was still on the load. I was still, you know, in the process, and nobody wanted me to change when to get the load. However, I was being assigned a swap load, meaning they wanted me to still go get the load that I was going to get. But now they just pushed everything up. They wanted me to be there right away and then be there in Mount Vernon, Illinois, to swap the load. And from where I had to pick up the load, I don't want to talk all in, you know, truck driver jargon, but where I was going to go pick up my load from where they wanted me to swap it at was 2 hours. But yet they said I need to pick it up at 2. The appointment time was at 1400. And yet they were telling me to be somewhere at 1500. I was like, I don't know what they got going on. I don't know what time zone they on. But I'm going to just keep moving and I'm not going to stress out. So I just kept on moving, you guys. All I could hear is my stepdad in my ear telling me, hey, you do what you got to do and you be safe. So that's exactly what I did. I kept pushing you guys. Got to the place, got my load, got everything done. They took no time loading me up. Drove the 2.5 hours. What, 2 hours? Well, it was 2 hours and some change. Drove in the 2 hours and some change. Barely made it there, like 15 minutes left on my clock. You know, truck is weighed and everything. Weight is good. Everything is good. Swap loads with the person. I had to sit there and wait for a little bit because I don't know where the hell they was at. They just dropped the trailer and just, like, I'm supposed to just wait on them. Swap loads with them, bye. Get this load. And, you know, like I said, I'm done for the day. So I got this load, and which brings me to, and I don't want y'all to say, oh, you know, stick with me, man, stick with me. If they, matter of fact, let me put a pause on that. If they would allow us to just have these, you know, the videos would be better. You can see me through this process. I think that's always better to do that. But, you know, they always trying to stop our shine out here trucking anyway. They want it to be boring. So you can listen to this boring video. Or you don't have to, click off. But anyway, so I wake up this morning, drive all I need to drive, and drive as much as I need to drive, because they were telling me, and I did not find out until, because all the information didn't go through until we put the information in. You know, she got her paperwork, she got my load, I got her paperwork, I got her load, who I switched with. Then that's when I seen that the load that I have right now, they were saying that they wanted me to make a delivery in Cairo, Georgia at noon today, 700 miles away from the receiver. How? Okay, first off, legally, you can only drive 11 hours. The most miles I have ever got, I mean pushing it, was 667 miles in one shift. That's the most I have ever gotten driving, period, in the trucks. 667 miles. And I was going off I-10 and all of that. 667 miles. That's the most I've ever done. I've never got 700. I'm more than sure that if we was able to go over 70, but I wouldn't want to go over 70, whatever. So automatically I said, hey, why y'all put me on this load? It's sort of already be late. Oh, just contact your DM in the morning. They'll work on a new appointment time. Everything is fine. I said, okay. So rested up, ate me some yoga, call it a night, right? Y'all, I get up this morning. I hit it hard. I done been up for a while. I hit it hard. I'm pushing it to the limit, you guys. Take my breaks when I need to. No excessive breaks. Doing what I gotta do, you guys. Made it here where I'm at a Love's in Alabama. And made it here, and I mean barely made it here. And I'm talking about I drove 10 hours and 59 minutes today. That's what I mean, I pushed it. 10 hours and 59 minutes. I called logs just to make sure I was good, because it sent me a notification as if I did something wrong, like I was in an hours of service violation, which brings me to a very important topic. Hours of service violation. But I didn't get here, with no minutes on my clock. When I pulled into the parking lot, I had 3 minutes. You know how when you're sitting there, and if you don't forget, your clock can still be technically in drive. Even when you're not moving, it can technically still be in drive. So when it dawned on me, I done boop, boop, boop. I done already parked. So when I looked at the clock, I was like, oh shit, let me hurry up and switch on off duty. Y'all, I pressed the button off duty, and it said my government name. I almost said it. It said my government name, hours of service violation. I said, oh, ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm gonna let that slide. So, I finished doing what I was doing, put it on, off duty. There's nothing indicating on my clock saying that, it's in the red or anything. It was just an alert that popped up. So I was on hold for damn near 30 minutes, and I was, double tasking, playing around with my dog and all of that. Calming myself down like, Lord, come on, please, please. Talk to logs. Logs don't see nothing on their end. Logs had to sit there and count down every break, every second, and you guys, 10 hours and 59 minutes. By law, it is 11 minutes. I had 1 minute to spare if I needed it, and which I didn't in my case. 11 hours is 11 hours. And you ain't finna put me on over. She said, I don't see nothing on my end. I said, well, I had to make sure. Can you please put a note on there? She said, oh, absolutely, absolutely. She said, I'm telling you right now, you are not in violation. Your record is clean. You are not in violation. 11 hours is 11 hours, and you are 10:59. Just don't move. I said, I got a 10-hour break. I ain't going nowhere. That's why I'm bringing up. So if any of you guys just starting out and you get nervous about a lot of things and whatever. And the reason why I took it to hours of service before I said anything about trip planning, they go hand in hand. This trip planning thing, I'm on game with that. You don't gotta be trucking 5 years, 10 years. I know y'all get on here, y'all look at these truckers, you admire them. I admire them too. And there's no salt to anyone. There's no disrespect to anyone. I'm talking about me. Nothing that I'm going to say is in place to hurt, harm, and disrespect nobody. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with it. When you stay on top of trip planning, when you stay on top of not trying to be a super trooper, not today, I have no choice but to push it. Because there is no, I'm on one of these little backwood highways that don't have, I'm not on a main interstate that don't have that has a plethora of truck stops, rest area. I'm on a back highway. So I don't have no choice but to get to a place. Sometimes you have to push it to make it, if you can make it. Me personally, when I get down to 2 hours, I already know when I'm finna shut it down. When I get down to 2 hours, I already know where I'm gonna shut it down. Sometimes when I shut it down, based on the area where I'm at, I'll probably have like an hour and 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes left on my clock, but whatever. I always know when my clock, before my clock hit 2 hours left, I always know when I'm gonna shut it down. Sometimes earlier than that. Today, I knew where I was gonna be at 4 hours ahead of time. I took a little mini break, a little restroom break, and I said, oh, let me figure out when I'm gonna shut it down now so I can get close as possible to this shipper. And I knew where I was gonna be able to make it to. I knew I was gonna barely. When I started proceeding to where I was gonna shut it down, let me show y'all this. When I put in my GPS, my personal GPS, like my truck GPS, or where I was gonna shut it down at, it said I would have 30 minutes to spare. Y'all, it was 10 hours and 59 minutes. Going through all them lights, as soon as I hit this little highway, I knew what was up. But because I had them 30 minutes, I knew that 30-minute extra, that was gonna eat that. That's food for them lights. That's food for the lights right there. Them 30 minutes that I thought I was gonna have, that's food for the lights. But I also knew I wasn't gonna be no traffic, not no back highway. Somebody gotta be drunk driving in the daytime, not no back highway. So made it here, no violation. About to get ready to do my 10-hour break. I already did my post trip. Everything is good, you guys. I just got some information. It's gonna be a very, very eventful day tomorrow, you guys. I got here and was so nervous and got off the phone with Logs. I thought, my whole world was crumbling down and everything was good. Because I really pride myself on having a CSA score of 0, not bragging. But sometimes don't be afraid to just say something good. Don't ever be afraid of that. Tomorrow's gonna be a busy day. Because as soon as I got here, they told me, oh, stop. Take the load that you have right now. Now, I mentioned I'm only an hour and 30 minutes away from the receiver. I did all that trying to get here. And now, they're telling me to take this load to Atlanta terminal. And somebody else is going to get this load. I'm going to pick up another load from the Atlanta terminal. And then take that one to Lakeland, which is gonna be very eventful tomorrow. It's gonna be a big day tomorrow. It's gonna be a big day. Now, of course, you guys, I'm not gonna be able to drive to Atlanta and do that and then circle it around and drive to Lakeland. There's no way for me to do that. There would be no way for me to do that. Because, it don't matter what time of the day, you go hit some type of traffic. But I don't know. I don't know what tomorrow may bring. I don't know if they're telling me that, I can go ahead and drop off this load at the Lakeland terminal, which would be ideal for me. But if they're telling me that I have to make a delivery on the day that I should be home, that's gonna suck. But hey, everything is together, and it looks like I'm gonna be home. Like I'm gonna miss my appointment, so I don't know what to do. But hey, it is what it is, and that's when the patience come in. Okay, so I'm about to hit 30 minutes. I'm gonna shut this video down and start recapping again. The topics was hours of service, trip planning, and learning to be calm, be patient, just chill, just don't overreact, don't overthink. If you got to take a little 5-minute break, listen to some music, whatever it is, you guys, just stop, take a break, think, relax. It's cool. If you're just starting out, don't freak out. Look at these videos, because these videos that I see out, other than what I'm putting out, these videos and what other truckers put out is what brought me comfort. Seeing them going through situations, not wanting them, but seeing them going through similar situations help calm me down and help uplift me to say, if that person got out of that, and this person got out of that, and this person went through this, them little giblets that they had in these videos. I took heed to that and said, you know what? I'm gonna put that in my mind. La 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 la. Wasn't nobody, I don't know what videos I watched, but the videos I was watching, like Trucker Brown, the Wright Brother, LoShawn Parks, Trucker Rail, you know, Jay Ridge, all these people, they weren't telling me nothing to do anything illegal. You know what I'm saying? All of those individuals that I was watching, you know, the loud spoken one, all these people, they were telling me to do stuff legally, and you know, and they was explaining their moments and stuff like that, so I took heed to it. So all I want to say is thank you to you guys for putting that information out. I'm not trying to be on y'all level whatsoever. I'm just sharing my story. I'm a whole different breed. There's a lot I do, you know, beyond driving trucks, and so that's, you know, I just share these videos on this. It's a lot of things I do that I don't even put on YouTube, that I do outside of driving trucks. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's no shade to anyone. I'm just saying this is not my lane. I leave that to the top guns. I just want to share this to anybody that went through anything similar. Hopefully you feel a great weight off of your shoulder, because I'm fine, you guys. I'm fine. I am completely fine. About to exercise my dog a little bit more. And I'm just gonna finish the day. I'm at a Love's. I'm relaxed. God is good all the time. And there's nothing to freak out about. You know, you have your days where you got short days. You have your days when it's a little bit long. You have your days when you're running off recaps. You got no choice but to, you know, wait for that clock. And but at the end of the day, everything is fine. Everything is good. Everything is good. So put a smile on your face. Do your pre-trip. Do your post-trip. Truck running good. I know y'all hear the truck. It's 103 degrees. It's 103 degrees. AC will be blowing. So, you know, y'all stay blessed. And y'all be blessed. Stay prayed up. I know I do. Nothing that I say is in place to hurt, harm, or disrespect anyone. It's just my opinion. It's just my view. And remember to live life, love life, and most importantly, love yourself. This is GS signing off. You guys be blessed. Have a beautiful day.